Hello YouTube and welcome back to Let's Play BTD5 Steam. I would like to start off by apologizing for the lack of videos in the last 2 weeks or so. I'm hoping to get this video up today, preferably on time, but I'm only going to be posting one episode today because I've been missing 2 weeks and I've been trying to find a good time to record in bulk, like a bunch of videos at once, but I unfortunately have not been able to really get myself into the mood at the right time, essentially. And it might seem like, oh well, what do you mean get in the right mood? You just play games, like what's wrong with that? But I mean, I've got to kind of talk while I'm doing it, and I need to be able to do it without really much interruption. I mean, I could, you know, edit around the interruptions or whatever, but you know how I am. But yeah, so I mean, I don't have a great reason for not recording and uploading and stuff, but just so you know, I shall be trying to at least get one episode up daily, well, Monday to Friday now, and I might try recording that Odyssey thing that some of you might not know about because I've never really put it on my YouTube channel, but yeah, so I'd like to actually start focusing more back on my YouTube channel because in case any of you didn't know, I have been live streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv.net something rather, I just know it's Twitch, but yeah, I have been live streaming there for the last 2 weeks or so, and that's kind of been taking up my priority, kind of, just because it feels more interactive where I can actually talk to you guys, and all of that, although it doesn't really make that much sense for me to explain that here because I haven't really been playing any Bloons Tower Defense games on stream, and that's been just because I play it so much for my YouTube channel that I kind of want to play something else when I start streaming. So that way, or as a side effect of that, the sort of audience that I have on YouTube is different from the audience I have on Twitch because I'm playing 2 different games, well, a variety of different games, but I'm specifically only playing one game here and then some other game there. But anyways, so aside from that, if you guys would like to see me live stream Bloons Tower Defense and then maybe just put those live streamed episodes onto YouTube, I could try that. If I did live stream Bloons, but then I still needed to make YouTube videos aside from that, then I would probably only be able to get like one video up Monday through Friday, and only a little bit of Bloons during the stream, because I do want to play Animal Crossing on stream and Majora's Mask, and eventually I'm going to be playing other games as well. So yeah. But if there is enough of a demand, like if there are a lot of you that want to see me live stream it, then yeah, I'll think about it more often, and it'll be more likely that I actually get around to doing that. But at the moment, because no one really says anything on my videos, not to, you know, insult people that do, because obviously there are some people that make comments on my YouTube videos. And am I gonna have enough for the green darts? Yeah, okay. But yeah, because not a lot of people request things or mention specific stuff that they want, I guess, on the comments on my YouTube videos, then I'm not really sure how much you guys want to keep seeing these videos, or what other kinds of videos you want to see, how frequently I post it, or anything like that. If you guys ever have any suggestions like that, please let me know in the comments. Obviously try to be a bit respectful about it, and not just yell at me to go play this game that I've never heard of or whatever. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. And I would like to give a sort of shout out / thank you to the people that do comment, saying that they enjoy my videos and that they want me to keep it up. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. And then I took a 2-week hiatus, and they're like, why did I do that? But yeah, and I kind of find it funny when I get comments on like my Bloons Tower Defense Battles videos, and they're like, oh hey, can I battle you? I'm like, I haven't played that game in months, so I don't think I'm gonna be battling anyone anytime soon. But yeah, and then there was one person that commented on like one of my first Bloons videos that didn't have any commentary, and they're like, yay, finally someone who plays this game without commentary. And then they commented on like one of my really later videos saying like, oh, you finally gave in to commentary, unsubscribing. I was like, Wait, if you don't want to hear the commentary, just mute the video and you can listen to your own music or something. Why do I need to post it without commentary for you to do that? But, I don't know. I wanted to reply to that person and actually say that on the comment, but for whatever reason it wasn't letting me reply. Like, I guess there are some comments where I can't actually reply to them because they don't have like Google Plus or something like that. I think that's what the reason is, but I'm not sure. So yeah, if you ever have a comment where you're asking me a question or you have a specific sort of request or complaint or something, and you really do want an answer to it, but you don't see me answer it within like a week or so, then that's most likely because for whatever reason I can't reply, because I do see all of your guys' comments, and I do read them all. It's just whether or not I'm kind of like in the mood to reply, or if I think it really needs a reply, will determine whether or not I actually do. And then of course if I'm not able to, like if YouTube just doesn't let me reply, I don't know, okay, there we go. If YouTube just doesn't let me reply, then that would obviously be a hindrance in that regard. But anyways, let's see. Super wide funnel. Why is my game freezing? Is that a known problem? I think I mentioned this last time, but there we go. Do any of you guys have that issue where the game just sort of doesn't load for a minute? Or for a couple seconds? But anyways, let's see. I'm actually thinking about doing another series on this channel, specifically a co-op series with my brother, because I think he's going to be getting, or I'm not sure if it's 100% for sure or not, but I think he's going to be getting Battle Block Theater, if you're familiar with that game, and then, or I think he did get the game, but he's going to be getting a computer that will be able to run the game without exploding, so that would be cool to do a co-op series with him on that one. But let's see. What else could I do? You get a helicopter, yes. Or a super monkey, or some other tower that I don't use very often. I could just throw in a random ring of fire for no reason. Just put it right there to kind of help with any regrow blooms a little bit. But I feel like my Dartling gun kind of helps out with that, anyways. But yeah, I know that the the bloom chipper has a bit of a problem with the regrow blooms, so I want to make sure I've got something else to help defend it from that. Let's see, what else can I do? Or what else do I need to do is a better question. I'm just gonna throw in a super monkey. That's kind of like the coverall, destroys everything except camo blooms, which actually that's a good idea. I should get camo detection with a monkey village. But as you guys can see, I clearly did not need to focus very much near the beginning of the level, or the first 50 or so rounds. But then now that's actually getting into the later stages, I'm a little bit more concerned about, you know, the game and stuff. And I know I've mentioned this before, but only like one or two of you have actually said anything about it. Do you think I should, do you think I should sort of skip ahead to like round 30 or 40 and then start the episode there, especially now that it's on hard mode, where the episodes are going to be a bit longer, even if I do that, and that sort of thing, because the episodes are considerably shorter now that I've started using this new computer, and I've got the auto send wave feature and all of that. That really cuts out a lot of the time that it takes to get through this. So it's really, I really appreciate being able to beat the levels faster and make the episodes shorter, but still have technically the same amount of content and all that. But if you guys want it even shorter, if you guys like the 7 to 10 minute videos, I could edit it down to that if you want. In terms of just like one big cut, but just starting later. Because I'm obviously not going to cut out like the last 10 levels or something, or the last 10 rounds. But if you guys would prefer just seeing, like if enough of you would prefer just seeing like round 40 to 85 or something like that, and then maybe I could just do like a little quick edit of showing you when I bought what things or something like that, or just started off explaining what I have and what I've done, and then going into it. Something like that. I don't know. Just a me suggestion, and yeah. Let's see, what round is this? 62. I don't think I'll have any problem with the ceramic pumps because I've got the the Hydra rocket pods, which should have enough of an AoE damage to get rid of the ceramic pumps. Plus the Ring of Fire and the Super Monkey and all that. Yeah, there we go. And Robo Monkey will definitely help out as well. So yeah, that's not a problem. I think really the only issue I might have is with the ZUN, well, actually no, with the ZUN BTD5. Because I think just with the Balloon Chipper, my anti-Moab defense is not the best because of the clumps of Moabs, like on round 64 and all that. But, I mean not 64, 84. Actually, no, 64 as well. But I did just defeat that really quickly. Because 64 is a clump of Moabs, I think 84 is a clump of DFBs, or a mix of the two, or something like that. But let's see. I'm probably throwing another Super Monkey. I can't really upgrade it that much before I run out of money. I can throw in this Ninja Monkey for no reason. Well, not for no reason, just because they're pretty awesome. Right there. Specifically the Blue Jitsu Master, of course, because that has extra Moab defense and as well as ceramic defense. And it also helps knock balloons back towards the beginning of the track, but in this instance it doesn't really make that big of a difference because all of my defenses are pretty strong right near the center, except for the Engineer, of course, but he's definitely more of a support right now. And it kind of... Okay, never mind. Well, hold on. It kind of looks like the Engineer is attacking, but I'm not sure if that's because of when he places down a sentry, or because of a Balloon Chipper, like sucking up the balloon into the range of the Engineer and then sort of attacking at the Balloon Chipper. I'm pretty sure it's just the motion he makes when he kills the turret. Anyways, let's see. I could throw down an Ice Tower just for some added support. Bring it up to an Arctic Frost. Yeah, I'll go for the Arctic Frost. Which I know is called the Viral Frost, but I always combine it with the Arctic Wind. I mean, you can't really combine it with the Arctic Wind, you just buy the Viral Frost after the Arctic Wind, but I like to combine the names to make it Arctic Frost, just because I think it sounds cooler. Or Viral Wind, but that just sounds gross. So let's see. Come on, almost there. There we go. Plus I think it just looks cooler that way. Even if the actual Viral Frost ability on this setup in particular isn't that effective because the balloons are already near the beginning of the track and the Viral Frost doesn't really affect that many balloons. Let's see. I could go with the mortars. I could go with the mortars. Either triple dart or not triple dart, triple explosion, triple barrel, or the big one. And I think someone in the comments said that the triple barrel was like the worst upgrade for the mortar. But I thought it was one of the better ones because then you know that you're not going to be missing the camo balloons as much because you're attacking 3 times the attack rate. Plus, 3 times the attack rate is pretty nice. Well, it's specifically nice when it can automatically target towers or balloons rather than just aiming in one spot in particular. But I mean, it's still useful. It's definitely not a bad upgrade. So, speaking of, let's place it right about here. Reduced accuracy, bigger flash with a reload signal flare, which actually is not very important right now because I've got camo detection on all my towers. And then, let's see, just wait for the triple barrel artillery battery or whatever. There we go. And now I've just got lots of explosions right there at the beginning. And now that it has the triple firing capability, it will most likely hit every single balloon, at least the large majority of them, which will cause some damage over time, as well as camouflaging them, despite the fact that I've already got camo detection on all my towers. Probably around 80, so shouldn't be much left. A lot of these towers are just overkill, even though, as you can see, the Moabs do kind of make a bit of distance. So let's just get another Gatling gun in there for the laser cannon to get the added attack speed in order to get rid of the Moab layer a little bit faster, as well as having better pierce. Obviously, since the AoE damage doesn't really pierce through balloons very much, it just sort of does that small AoE, which in case you don't know, that means area of effect, which means it's like an explosion over a large area rather than just like one single target. Or compared to the lasers, from the laser cannon, it will just pierce through multiple balloons in a long line, rather than hitting a small group of balloons clumped together. Which they both have their own advantages, but they do kind of serve a very similar purpose under certain circumstances. Like if all the balloons are clumped together really nicely, then obviously the AoE is going to be attacking all of those balloons, or at least most of those balloons in that clump pretty well, and then the Pierce, if it has enough Pierce, is also going to be attacking all of those balloons, or most of the balloons, pretty well. But if it is in a long line of slightly less clumped together balloons, then the AoE is only going to be affecting some of them because the range is sort of affected by hitting some of the line and not all of the line, and then the Pierce should be able to just go through all of them, depending on how the track is set up, of course. But so yeah, that'd be kind of the difference between the two. And then when you're talking about a single target, like the Moab layers, then obviously the faster attack rate would be more useful, because then you can hit each of the layers faster rather than having to do the thing. Anyways, so yeah, I've completed the track on hard. Yay! 400 money, 3,000 gold. Good stuff. I've got 23,000 cash extra. So yeah, that was not very hard. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.